unfortunately, we don't have a choice, do we? To survive, we need to understand what is Industry 4.0 and how do we engage partners from the industry to help them to understand what government incentive schemes could be out there to support them.
The push factor is not there until, unfortunately, COVID-19 crisis comes about, pushing them to find out, okay, now what do we do? How are we going to adopt this?
So actually, at the end of the day, the enterprises have to take on that very open mind of learning on new business model, evolving the new business model to be innovative and resilient, for them to collaborate with other like-minded people who are also going through the same thing. And today there are many things that's going on as software as a service. And sometimes the cost may not be as scary as what some people think going on this journey, the Industry 4.0 to be. Last time, they'll ask, what's the business case for doing that? And it takes a lot of discussion, it's a lot of persuasion to get people onto the journey. But now everybody gets on board quite quickly.
The Schneider Electric supply is now ranked 11th in the world by Gartner, up 20 points from 5 years ago. And that's because we have driven Industry 4.0 with our own technologies in our own factories. One of the things that we did in ITAP last year was also introduce what we call Industry 4.0 starter kits. Very simple solutions to help companies that are just starting on the journey get their hands dirty with remote management and digitization. That's right. And so the key is there's no one size fits all.
We see that a number of the progressive SMEs are making the move. They want the change. There's no shortage of consultants out there, but nothing is better than industry companies, industry players who have experienced this can help the budding SMEs to be able to understand and what to do. We have selected a number of industry experts who are willing to help us, and we have what we call virtual advisory clinic, where we give them a one-to-one online help.
In the past 5 years, we have been working with over 2,000 companies, company projects, and you'll be happy to know that 84% of these were with SMEs. The government has invested in model factories where companies can come and see what's possible and dream a bit bigger. 119 companies have been engaged and are already starting on their journey. We have been involved in training and capacity building of over 1,000 PMETs. So all this is ongoing and we should accelerate this.
April 2018, we launched what we call it Making Indonesia 4.0. That is the implementation Industry 4.0 and how to accelerate, because we understand that we need to improve our industry to make it more competitive in the global market. For example, government support for the workers, incentive for our SMEs industry, also government support the capital for the medium, big companies as well.
Ultimately, manufacturing still accounts for 20% of Singapore's GDP. We could even make it higher because of the connectivity, because of the relationships that we have built around the region. Especially ASEAN is going to be the 4th largest economy by 2030.
Singapore and Germany, both countries are very good partners in trade. And what's similar in both countries is the large manufacturing base, which is a very important sector. And both countries face the same challenges to enhance productivity. We work together with Skills Future and Singapore Polytechnic and Bosch to do an Industry 4.0 training on the job. When it comes to investment decisions, I'm very much convinced digitalisation in the manufacturing sector with Industry 4.0 that companies, be it in Germany, be it in Singapore, can stay competitive.
Many medium big companies now are looking for the technology to implement 4.0 in technology. Unfortunately, it's not sufficient from the supplier from the local, and then we have a collaboration with several countries. One of them is with Singapore, with the Singapore government and Singapore enterprise.
Before this whole incident in 2020, we had some slow take-up. But since what has happened from the beginning of the year, it has gone up 10 times
Wow.
within the last 8 months.
Right.
Yeah, so you could see that this has actually created an opportunity. Some people say don't waste a good crisis. So we are trying to make manufacturing become something that people are all thinking about and really moving towards the whole future of manufacturing.